ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ. ಓಂ ಅಖಂಡಾನಂದ ಸಂಬೋಧಃ ಬಂಧನಾತ್ ಯಸ್ಯ ಜಾಯತೆ ಗೋವಿಂದಂ ತಮಹಂ ವಂದೇ ಚಿದಾನಂದ ತನುಂ ಗುರುಂ. So yesterday we saw ಯಹ ಅನಿಸಂಶಾಂತಃ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆಯ ಭಕ್ತ್ಯಾತ್ಮನಿ ಗುರುಂ ಈಶ್ವರಂ ಭಜತಿ ತಸ್ಯ ಚಿತ್ತಂ ಪ್ರಸೀದತಿ. One who salutes, one who worships the Guru and Ishvara, being completely at peace, having complete forbearance, having the forgiveness, that person, his mind will become capable of receiving the grace. His mind becomes capable of receiving the grace. So that is what is important quality. We have to make our mind ready to receive the grace. More the grace, more the purity, more the capability of the mind to receive the grace. So this is what we are now seeing. Now he says, okay, Ishwaram Gurum Cha. He says Guru and Ishvara. In the Shastras, it is said that Yavadaru Ayur Trayovandya Vedanta Guru Ishwaram. Until you have life, you have to worship these three: the Shastra, the Guru, and the Ishvara. We should never forget these three. That is the idea. And there is another statement which says, Na Dvaitam Guruna Saha. You should not practice the non-duality with the Guru. Like what? Guruji, you are not self, I am self. Come on, it is okay. So we should not practice that. This is what Bhagavan Bhashyakara teaches us in his own life. He goes to different place and sings hymns on these great gods in different places. Such beautiful hymns he has written on different deities. So that is what he says. So that kind of devotion, because I am seeing this new Vedantins who can't even have a forehead mark, or they can't even have this devotion to gods. They think that is beneath them because they know Vedanta. They have nothing. They have no knowledge of Vedanta. That is the problem. Because bhakti is the very simplest means, easiest means. Devotion is the easiest means to gain the purity of heart. And without purity of heart, even if you have studied all the Vedantic text in this world possible, you will not gain the truth. You will not gain the understanding. So for gaining the purity of mind, devotion is one important aspect. And then he says, śiṣṭānnamīśārcanamāryasevāṃ tīrthāṭanaṃ svāśramadharmaniṣṭhām yamānuṣaktiṃ niyamānuvṛttiṃ cittaprasādāya vadanti tajjñāḥ. Okay, what should I do to gain this grace? Are there some prescribed methods? We are not going to leave you saying you should have to gain the grace. That is what is important. If you have the grace, then you will realize for having the grace, you have to have a pure mind. Okay, beautiful. Claps. Now, what should I do? Oh, don't ask what, how, who, etc. Then you are left on your own. Find it. That is not how Shastras do. We keep repeating this. So he says, what is the method to gain this grace? He says, śiṣṭānnam, īṣa arcanam, āryasevāṃ, tīrthāṭanaṃ, svāśramadharmaniṣṭhām, yamānuṣaktiṃ, niyamānuvṛttiṃ, cittaprasādāya vadanti tajjñāḥ. Tajjñāḥ vadanti, the knowers of tad, that, ñā, knowers. The knowers of that. Of that means cittaprasāda, of the means to gain the grace of the mind. The people who know the means, the grace of the mind, they say these are the means. These are the means. What are the means? Okay, come, let us see. śiṣṭānnam. The first is śiṣṭānnam. śiṣṭānnam means the prescribed food. We'll see the prescribed food later, but śiṣṭānnam not just means the prescribed food. Prescribed food means what kind of food you have to eat, where should you eat, where should you not eat, how should you eat, how you should not eat. All these comes under the prescribed means. Like we should not eat a food which is cooked before bathing, etc. We should have to enter in the old traditional houses. When you see, they enter the kitchen only after taking bath, not before that. They won't even allow you. They won't even allow the kids when they morning coffee. Mummy, coffee. Stop there. If you take bath, don't do sandhya. Nowadays, no one cares about anything. So the thing is, you have to take bath and cook that food, because these are all aids for gaining the purity. So whatever we can grasp hold of, we have to take all that utilities. So is it śiṣṭānnam, that kind of food? What food you have to eat? That we will see later. And how this. Then there is also śiṣṭānnam also means the prescribed food from the sadhus, the prescribed food from the gurus. That is also there. What does that mean? So I'll tell you an example, a story. There was this widowed lady, young lady. She was widowed at a very young age, because in olden days in India, they used to get everywhere. It is the common thing. They used to get a marriage just before the puberty, and they will send the girl after the puberty. That is how it was. So at 7 or 10, even before the boy understands what marriage is, he will be married into. Okay, where is the boy? Oh, he is playing marbles. Okay, bring him. Now he has to get married. So that is the kind of situation it was. So this girl, even before knowing what marriage is, she got married, and even before knowing what death is, her husband died. She didn't die. Her husband died. Now she is alone. They'll be kept in a separate room, and they'll be left meaning the food and all will be taken care of, but they'll be left to do whatever spiritual practices they can. So this lady, being a very pious lady, she was practicing all the sadhanas, etc., whatever the prescribed ways, the mantra, etc., chanting, repeating again and again, and not going anywhere. They cannot go anywhere to any auspicious occasion, anything. So that is all very restricted. It's a kind of punishment, actually. So marriage at a young age is a punishment, means after the death of the husband is another great punishment. This lady is punished like that. She is kept in that room. In olden days, there used to be this group of Brahmins called unchavrutti Brahmins. Unchavrutti. This is a common thing in any Indian state. So in South India, there used to be this in common. So the unchavrutti Brahmins, what they used to do is they used to go to different villages and collect food, not cooked food. They don't take cooked food. They take only the uncooked rice and lentils or oil, if at all. They take only this. And if they have a family, they will take it to their family. If they don't have a family, they take whatever necessary for that day and go to a secluded place and cook and eat. They are swapakis. It's called a swapaki. Swapaki means a person who cooks for himself. They don't eat from others' hand. They'll cook for themselves. They'll eat only what they have cooked. So this old man, he has come to the village. They are hearing about this person traveling from village to village. And this widowed lady, she is interested in seeing this man because she has taken him for her guru. She has decided long ago, even before he is coming close to those villages, long ago when she heard about, she said, okay, this is my guru. And she's been waiting for meeting him. And the problem is, even if the guru came to the front doors, what the Unchavati Brahmins used to do is they come to the front door, there will be rangoli, they'll be drawing in the front yard. He'll stand on that. So he'll be singing the praise of gods. And the lady of the house, whoever it is, she will bring the rice, a lentil, and a water pot. She will wash the feet of this person and go around, circumambulate him, sprinkle the water on her head, and then give him the rice and the lentil. And then he'll leave to the next house. This is how they do. And this is done by the Sumangali, we call it. Sumangali means a married woman who still has her husband, etc. Only that. And this lady cannot meet her. She is listening to the song and she is waiting to see him and gain his blessings and some upadesha if possible, some teaching possible. No, she cannot meet him. So she says, what can I do? I want to meet him. I want to meet him. She finds a way. After some time, she remembers, okay, he cannot go to any other place except to the banks of river. And I am allowed to go to the banks of river to carry water. So she throws the water, empties the water from the pot. She says, Mummy, I have to go to the banks to bring the water. And she goes to the banks. The river bank is in South India called Tamraparani. She lived in that area. So Tamraparani is one of the famous, like Ganges, Yamuna, etc. are there. Tamraparani is accepted to be one of the holiest river. Why holiest river I'm saying is that the Kali Avatara, the 10th avatar of Kali in the Kali Yuga, this Yuga, is accepted to be, supposed to be from that river bank. Supposed to be my own, my own area, my village. The thing is, she goes to that bank. And in the river banks, in those areas, you can see the river banks, they are all made ready by the kings. And they have, you cannot call it a house. There are 4 pillars with a roof, beautifully decorated, temple kind of. So this is where the people who are nomads or the people who are roaming around, who are sadhus, they stay in the night. It's a thing for people, open for anyone. So he knows that he can go only there. And after taking bath, this man, after taking bath, going there after taking bath, he goes to this place and he starts cooking food and he's eating. This lady came there and she asked, she introduced herself and told that I am your disciple and all that, blah, 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 blah. And she asked for some instruction and he gave some instruction and the advice and upadesha. And then she asked for prasada. He gave whatever he was eating, he just gave it as a prasada. And without even thinking, because uchishta is considered, uchishta means this leftover. If you are eating, that saliva contaminated food should not be parted with anyone. You should not take or you should not give. That makes your mind impure. When you eat eating, that is not accepted. You should not touch after. You should not touch the food. You should have to wash. Otherwise, you should not eat like that. You should just take and drop it in your mouth. This is how you eat. Saliva contaminates the mind also. It's not just a physical thing. Corona, no, it's also the mind. Okay, now this is such a contaminated food. But Guru's Uchishta is considered to be a very holy, auspicious thing. So she just takes it immediately without even thinking about all this logic. I'm giving you these logics. She didn't think about anything. She took it as a prasada and she is considered to be one of the greatest saint poets of Tamil Nadu. Not many people know her. But they know a person who took her as an inspiration and sang great songs, who should have qualified to gain the Nobel Prize, etc. But because of politics and because of he not being a supporter of British regime, didn't get that chance. His name was Subramanya Bharati. Not even Tamils know the inspiration of Subramanya Bharati, who was a great poet. These Tamil people, they say, oh, we are followers of Subramanya Bharati. The idiots, they don't even understand that Subramanya Bharati was a devout. He may have had his craziness, he may have had his revolutionary thinking, but he was a devout Hindu. He was a practicing Hindu, and he was a very spiritual man. They don't even know that. Now, this lady, he started later on, she started singing songs of Vedanta. I have not seen many people doing that. Vedanta songs, her specialty is singing Vedanta songs in the local tune. There are some local tunes which are used for different things like dancing and all. There is a particular tune. Like they clap the hand, like that. They clap the hands and they dance. So like any place, like Romania has a some music, and Spain is associated with some kind of music. So similarly, this area is associated with that particular kind of music, and this lady sang all her Vedantic songs in that tune. A huge collection, and no one knew her. The beauty of that is this person I said, this Subramanya Bharati, who is the greatest poet. His granddaughters or daughter, she went along to all these villages and collected the song and compiled it, and now it is published also. The thing is, such a beautiful song from such a person. And another thing, in the Tirchi area, etc., they have this celebration called Radha Kalyanam or Sita Kalyanam, meaning they get married Radha to Krishna, and they get married this Sita to Rama. That's a big occasion. They do 4-5 days. They do it, and the pandits will do all the programs like a marriage. It will be okay. After that, you sit together. These Brahmin priests, they come and sit together and they eat food. There are some people who would have asked for something, and in the previous Radha Kalyana or something, and they would have gotten blessed with that. So they do the rolling, rolling on the ground, like the children cry. No, this is on the plates, on the plates means on the leaves on which these people have, banyan leaves, on which these people have eaten. On the uchishta, they will roll. That is the prayer they have done in the previous time. Okay, if I gain this, I will do this. And if they are blessed with that, then they do that. And some people also take food in their sari end. They hold on to the sari end and they ask for the food while they were eating. They are eating. They will ask that, and they will collect it, and they will take it as a prasada also. There are people like that also. So the thing is, these foods are, though contaminated, are accepted to be auspicious. So those kind of foods, śiṣṭānnam, that is what is śiṣṭānnam. Okay. Then īśārcanam, worshipping Ishvara, whichever way. So we should not have any. Bhagavan Bhashyakara himself has taught us Ishvara should be compulsorily worshipped. So Vedantin should never pass this chance as a choice. Arya Sevam, Arya Sevam, Arya and Dravida. There are two sects in this idea is put by these Britishers when they left. There is one group, Aryans are people who came from Germany and conquered India and all that stupid idea. Meaning the Brahmins are Aryans and the local people, indigenous people, are Dravidians. This is the stupidest idea because we don't have the gene of Germans. Anyway, so the thing is, any which way you cannot prove. That is what I said. So the thing is, Arya means respected people. People who are respected, who are great, those people serving them. Arya Sevaṃ. That's the idea here. Okay. tīrthāṭanaṃ. tīrthāṭanaṃ means, tīrtha means holy. Atana means going to the holy places. Going to the holy places, worshipping there, staying there, and meeting the sadhus there, taking their blessings, etc. That is also part. Then, so svāśramadharmaniṣṭhām, practicing whatever dharma prescribed for your ashrama, whether you are brahmachari, whether you are grasta, whether you are vanaprastha, whether you are sannyasi, whatever it may be, whatever is prescribed, those things you have to. Ashrama also belongs to the varna also. So whatever varna you are belonging to, whatever practice you are initiated into, those practices you have to do. Then niyamānuvṛttiṃ, practicing seriously the yama. Yamānuṣaktiṃ, practicing seriously the yama. Sakti means attachment, holding on to. Seriously holding on to the practices of yama. We saw the 5 yamas. And niyamānuvṛttiṃ, steadfastly following the footsteps of niyama, whatever niyamas we saw. Shaucha santosha svādhyāya īśvara pranidhānāni. Shaucha santosha tava svādhyāya īśvara pranidhānāni niyamaha. So those niyamas should be followed. And satyam asteyam, etc. Those yamas should be followed. So when you follow this, tajjñāḥ cittaprasādāya vadanti, the people who know about the cittaprasādāya, purity of heart, the grace of heart, they say these are means. Okay, now kaṭvamlalavaṇātyuṣṇatīkṣṇarūkṣavidāhinām pūtiparyuṣitādīnāṃ tyāgaḥ sattvāya kalpate. Katu amla, katu amla lavana atyushna tikshna ruksha vidahinam pūtihi paryuṣitādīnāṃ tyāgaḥ sattvāya kalpate. Beautiful this is. The problem is people think we have to take it like this. Katu means bitter. Amla means acidic. Lavana means salty. Atyushna means very hot. People forget, see, these things are to be given up. People forget that this is not what is meant here. Katu, you should give up the bitter food. You should have to give up, you should have to give up the acidic food, etc. What is said here is not how you understand. Because a food means a food which consists of 6 tastes. There are 6 tastes we have to include in our food. That is the complete food. A food with 6 tastes is what is complete food. Sweet, salt, acidic, your spicy, your bitter. All this should be there in the food. Without this, if you are going to take food, that is like what I said yesterday, it will be like your cream crackers or cardboard. There is no point in eating that kind of food. And in fact, it is an invitation to the disease. In homeopathy, they have this. Nowadays in homeopathy, they have different medicines, different combination, permutation, etc. Therefore, they give different medicines. The other sect of homeopathy in the tradition, they have the 7 salts. Whatever may be your problem, they will choose 1 salt from that and give you only that salt. A small portion of that salt you have to take for whatever period of time, if at all. That is how they treat. They don't give you different medicines. They give only the salt for treating you. And with these foods, when you take bitter food, there is a salt associated to bitter food. There is a salt associated with the acidic food. All this. So these tastes give you a good health. So what you have to understand is atyushna, very hot. Only there you should not associate the ati. You should have to associate the ati, meaning very, with all these other food tastes also, other taste also. Because if you don't add salt, that food is not consumable. You should have to throw it in the dustbin. That is how we say. Without salt, the food is qualified to go into dustbin, not into your stomach. Now, these foods, what kind of foods? Ati katu, very bitter. Not bitter, very bitter. Amla means your gooseberry, acidic, very acidic. Then lavana, very salty. If you don't take salt, that's a problem. If you take too much of salt, then your pressure shoots up. This problem, that problem, every problem comes in. So medium salt you have to take. Ati lavana. So he's talking about what you have to avoid. Ati lavana, too salty you have to avoid. Ati ushna, you have to avoid a very hot food, not spicy food, very hot food. If you say ati ushna, you also have to, it's an implied thing. You have to also accept a very cold food. That also should not be taken. I'm not talking about the cold food which was cooked 4 days ago, which was kept in the fridge. Not that. We'll come to that later. Now we are talking about very cold food. Okay. Now, tīkṣṇa. Tīkṣṇa means very spicy. Food that which is very spicy. Voodoo, chili sauce. No, that is not good for your health. Then ati ruksha. Ruksha means dry, very dry. A food that is very dry should not be consumed. In the olden days in Rishikesh and all, when it was difficult to get bhikshas, nowadays we have different places. Probably they are giving a good bhiksha. In olden days, because bhiksha has also become everywhere, that is a common thing. Bhiksha you serve, and you get also served by people. So you do this service, people give money for that service. They are interested in doing this kind of things. Now, in olden days, the bhiksha was not that easy. So what people used to do is they used to take rotis wherever that is available. They used to take that rotis, chapatis, and it will be dry like a cow dung cake. Be so dry like cow dung cake. It will just break. So even breaking is difficult sometimes. So how do you eat that? It's very difficult to eat. So what they do is they'll put it in water, let it soak, and then eat it. So he says, ruksha, not the food which is very dry. That does not mean you should not eat anything which is like that. Like the muruku and all. They are kind of dry, but they have some juice. The thing is, there is also a proverb which says, if you are going to eat with this food with this crackling sound, etc., meaning strong food, if you are going to chew it, bite it and all, you will have a longer lifespan. So if you want a longer lifespan, you have to eat a good food which can be consumed only by chewing hard. And okay, not chewing hard, I'm saying. So next is vidahinām. Vidahinām, that which gives burning sensation. We already saw spicy, but this is not that burning sensation. This is the acid reflux, the acidity which increases the food, that which increases acidity. Too much of a masala, too much of fermented food, all these, they'll create an acid reflux, acidity. So if you can eat 2 dosas in the night, if you eat 3 dosas, then you will start having this heartburn. Not heartburn because of you don't like somebody getting something, but heartburn because of food. So that heartburn, he says, vidahinām and pūtiparyuṣitādīnāṃ. Now we come to the fridge. Pūtiparyuṣitādīnāṃ. Puti means the food which smells bad. Paryushita means the food which is old. In Shastra, I'm not even talking about the Vedanta Shastra. In Ayurveda Shastra, it is said very clearly that a food which is beyond 3 hours is not good for your health. In Shastra, we say a food which is beyond 3 hours will start giving you tamasi guna. Okay, so in Ayurveda Shastra, it says, and what about the food which is kept in the fridge? It is protected from these kind of things. Yes, true. But again, you are going to take it out and you are going to put it in oven or on the stove and going to reheat it. And the Shastra, Ayurvedic Shastra says, punah pakkvam vishasamam. Punah pakkvam vishasamam. Cooking it again is equivalent to eating poison. People have, Monday food, Tuesday food, Thursday food. Like if you have seen, I don't know, there is a box which contains 7 small box, a lengthy box which contains 7 small box. So it is Monday, Tuesday. It's for medicine. And there are 2 sides: Monday morning, Monday evening, Tuesday morning, Tuesday evening. Like that, people have these labels for food. Oh, this is Monday food, last Monday's food, date and all. So that is not good. So he says pūtiparyuṣitādīnāṃ, a food which smells bad and a food which is old. These, what it makes. See, other than bringing the disease, it also increases the tamasic guna. That is what is important for us. Yes, disease is something which we need to dread, but tamo guna is something which we need to dread more. For a sadhaka, this is something which we need to dread more. So he says that kind of food. See, in south and the coastal areas, you can see the cook rice. The old rice which is stale, which is left over, they put it in water. They leave it in water, and then the next day they add little bit of curd, and then eat it with a shallot or a small onions or chili, green chili. You just bite, eat it, drink it. That's all. No fancy thing. And that is a very healthy food. It will keep them full for the whole afternoon. And I read somewhere recently that in a hotel they serve this old food, old rice, yesterday's rice. They name it as yesterday's rice. That's the beauty. See, hotels serving yesterday's rice is not a new thing. We have been seeing this for quite some time. If you say today's specialty, then today's specialty is yesterday's leftover. They'll take the yesterday's rice, put some masala, onion, etc. There is a fragrance to the old rice already. This fragrance also includes, you will be served very hot vegetable fried rice. Vegetable fried rice normally is a rice which is leftover of the yesterday, if not of day before yesterday. So this is the thing. But there is a ashram where they have this Vedic school. See, people are not interested in promoting the Vedic culture or supporting them. They speak too many things. Oh, you need to protect. They don't do anything. This Vedic school is one of that schools which is not having enough patrons. So, see, people who study Vedas, their body, any sadhana, even if you are going to do japa, your body heat is going to increase. So you need to take care of that. So after different kind of experiments, I found that the best way to control the internal heat of the body is a simple medicine. See, I tried different things. I tried butter, a ball of butter daily. Then there is this methi. You fry it. Okay, fry the methi and immerse it in water. Leave it in water to soak for a overnight. Drink it early morning. It cools down the body. You can chew that leftover methi seeds also. If it is too bitter for you, you can add some jaggery also, or sugar, honey, something. These are all there are you can also fenugreek. You can also add fenugreek to the water and boil it and drink it. But out of all these different prescriptions, the one I prescribed myself and found very easy, simple, and effective is taking a B complex. It solves the heat of the body. Very simple. I tried everything because my body used to become so hot. I even went on to the extent of trying, you won't even believe, applying cow dung on the whole of the body in winter and sitting there like that. It's like a Rambo movie. But instead of clay, I had cow dung all over my body. People are, what is that? It's me. Don't worry, go. But nothing happened. Simple. One capsule or one tablet of this B complex took care of it. So that is also important. So these Vedic Pandits, they had this difficulty. They have to take care of it. Ghee is one good medicine. Like I used to take butter. Ghee is another good medicine for that. The problem is ghee costly. Ghee, they say cholesterol, this and all that. But let's not get into ghee is very costly. You cannot give all these kids ghee. You have to drink like this. A full handful of ghee. It is impossible. It's very costly. So what this Mahatma, this monk, he said this, okay, let us give them old food, old rice, yesterday's rice, save it, put it in water, give them 1 cup of it every day morning. But it will increase the tamoguna. Yes, they are chanting the Vedas, that will take care of them, that will protect them. This is the only way, otherwise they will fall sick. So to protect them from sickness, he also advised this. So the thing is, we do not follow this. The thing is, pūtiparyuṣitādīnāṃ, these kind of stale food or these kind of food which is kept for over periods, that tyāgaḥ should be given up. Why? Sattvāya kalpate. It is accepted to give you the sattvic quality. If you don't take these kind of foods, it will increase your sattvic quality. No, it will not increase your tamoguna quality. If you take this, it will increase your tamoguna quality. You will be protected from that. That is what the idea is. śrutyā sattvapurāṇānāṃ, sevayā sattvavastunaḥ, anuvṛttyā ca sādhūnāṃ, sattvavṛttiḥ prajāyate. śrutyā sattvapurāṇānāṃ, sevayā sattvavastunaḥ, anuvṛttyā ca sādhūnāṃ, sattvavṛttiḥ prajāyate. Sattvapurāṇānāṃ śrutyā. Sattvapurāṇā, Sattvic Puranas. There are Puranas which are Sattvic. What Purana? Sattvic? There also there is Sattvic Purana, Rajasic Purana, Tamasic Purana. Yes. The Puranas which deal with a lot of fight and bloodshed, etc., they are Rajasic Purana, like movies. The Puranas which are talking about the glory of God, like Bhagavata Purana, etc., they are a Sattvic Purana. What is Tamasic Purana? There is one Purana, people come and ask, have you done that, Swamiji? Have you done that? I say, I don't do Puranas, A. And this Purana should not be done like that, B. What is the Purana? How do people, even common people, how do they know it? Because there was a movie in which this hero starts punishing people according to that Purana. Because that Purana talks about what will this fellow who does these kind of sins experience in hell, what kind of different hells. The different hells which we saw here, they will be explained in that Purana. So that Purana is called as Garuda Purana. The name of the Purana is Garuda Purana. Garuda is the falcon, which is the vehicle for Vishnu. Purana is a Garuda Purana. And this should not be read at any point of time other than the 10 days of death, 10 days of mourning. So only during the 10 days, not before that he is going to die, let us read it. No. Okay, over 10 days, over 11, 12, 13 day karmas are there? No, over 10 days you have to read, not before, not after. So that is Tamasic Purana, example for Tamasic Purana. So we have to study only the Sattvic Purana. Then sevayā, sattvavastunaḥ sevayā, taking the objects that are Sattvic, taking the objects, intaking the object, partaking the objects which are Sattvic, means we already talked about food. Now here it is not about the food only, not just the food alone. The other means like a hearing. When you listen to something, you have to listen to something which is Sattvic, like the songs, let us say. Earlier, the songs used to be in some Hindustani or Carnatic classical music associated songs. All the bhajans used to be classical music associated. Now, because of the people becoming rajasic and people are interested only that kind of music, all the sattvic music have turned into rajasic. Like this Hanuman Chalisa, Jai Hanuman Jnana Guna Sagar, like that, they'll be very beautifully slow, beautiful song. Now, Jai Hanuman Jnana Guna Sagar, Jai Kapish. Like, what is happening? I have a heart attack. Stop. That is the song they do. That is the song they do with over. So it is because people are interested in these kind of songs. And in the bhajans, in the group bhajans, they'll be like Rama 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 Ram Rama 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 Ram. Everyone will. Now Rama 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 Ram Rama 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 Rama. These are all rajasic bhajans. People are interested in it. That is why the expectation, demand, therefore there is supply. So those kind of should be avoided. I'm talking about what you have to avoid, not what you have to listen to. Okay, sattvavastunaḥ sevayā, intaking only the sattvika through every sense organ. Okay, now sādhūnāṃ anuvṛttyā, following the sadhus. Following the sadhus means he goes, you go behind. No, that is not the thing. Following the sadhus means listening to his, not stalking him, listening to his talk. You have to listen to his talk. That is what is said here. Okay, whatever he says, following his teaching. That is what is said here. Sattvavṛttiḥ prajāyate. Through these sattvavṛttiḥ, sattvic vritti grows. Okay. Now, yasya cittaṃ nirviṣayaṃ, hṛdayaṃ yasya śītalam, tasya mitraṃ jagatsarvaṃ, tasya muktiḥ karasthitā. Yasya cittaṃ nirviṣayaṃ, hṛdayaṃ yasya śītalam, tasya mitraṃ jagatsarvaṃ, tasya muktiḥ karasthitā. Yasya cittaṃ nirviṣayaṃ, whose mind is without any association with objects. We have to understand this, because when we start meditating, suddenly there are strange sounds which come out. So that is deep sleep. In deep sleep, there is no object. There is no association with objects. There is no association with object. But you have to understand also another thing. There is also no mind. We are talking about the mind, cittaṃ nirviṣayaṃ, the mind which is devoid of objects. Not the absence of mind itself. In deep sleep, there is no mind, there is no object. But in the waking state, there is mind, but there is no object association. Whose mind, there is no objectification, there is no object association. Yasya hṛdayaṃ śītalam, whose mind is śītalam means cold, whose heart is cold, cold-hearted. No, that is not what we mean. Every temperature, every color, every thing is associated with some mood. When we say his mind is cold, the cold is associated with peace. It's associated with this. The first snow brings in peace. That is associated with peace. Okay. Hot. Heat is associated with a rajoguna, activity, fight. And rain is associated with a romance. It increases the romantic mood. They say. Okay. So yasya hṛdayaṃ śītalam. Now whose mind? And colors also same. Red color, the painters say, oh, it's so much of red. It shows anger. What? He spilled the paint. But they say anger. That too in the modern art, you don't even know. Okay, less said better, that is. So this, okay, and black brings in depression. So tamasic. Blue or yellow, especially blue, they are very sattvic. That is why they find out that the meditation done in blue room with blue lights, etc., not blue magazines. This, if you are going to meditate, then they say your mind is going to go into a deeper kind of meditation than you practiced. But why should we do all that? See, it is like this. When you started walking, we used to have this small vehicle which you hold on to and walk. The kids, they are given this vehicle. It's like a crutch with wheels. They used to go around. Nowadays, they put it in that with wheels, and then the kid will walk everywhere. It cannot fall, so it's protected there also. So it can sit also there in that. But in olden days, we used to have this small vehicle which we push here and there. It is a game also. It is a help aiding to walk properly also. Or old people having crutch. These are not for long time. After you learn to walk properly, learn the ropes, then you can give up. So these are all aids. So that is why he says, yasya hṛdayaṃ śītalam, whose mind is at peace, cold. So then, tasya sarva jagat mitraṃ. For him, the whole world is a friend. How can whole world be friend for this person? Because first thing we said is his mind is devoid of any association with objects. Any association with objects means objects association means desire, hate. So a mind which is without hate and desire, naturally every living being in the world will come to him. There is no escape. He has to shoo it away. That is the only way. There is no other escape. So tasya muktiṃ karasthitā. For him, for this kind of person whose mind is at peace, whose mind is without any association with object, who is attracted, to whom every being gets attracted, for him, muktiḥ karasthitā, his liberation is in his hands. It's just in his grasp. Meaning he has already had that. Now what he needs to do is experience that, enjoy that. That's the only thing. So let us see this tomorrow. Om purnamadah purnamidam purnat purnamudachyate purnasya purnamadaya purnamevavashishyate. Om shanti shanti shanti. Oh.